This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?
Welcome to another episode of Random Ish with Sanja. How you doing? Boy, oh boy. Yo, today it is election night. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Can we take a deep sigh? I wanted to come on and say my little piece before the results come in, because this has definitely been one of the most eventful campaigns that I have seen and participated in voting. And then today, going to the poll, I decided to go early in the morning. And I really thought to myself that there were not going to be any of the extreme supporters of either side where I live, because I like to think of us as being sophisticated and intelligent. You know what I mean? I was surprised, well, not really, but I was a little surprised this morning. I mean, early in the morning, to see somebody flying down the street with the flags on their car. And what's interesting is then when I was in line, I saw that this person, well, actually, I don't know that it was that person, but I can only assume that it was that person with a mask on with their support, on it. Now, here's my thing. I am a big believer in diversity. I'm a big believer in we should be able to agree to disagree. I'm a big believer in we never want people to all think the same way, because that is gross. You know what I mean? But what was, I won't say brought to my attention, because I looked it up to see what the laws were, especially here where I live. And people are not allowed to wear their candidates on their clothing when they go inside of the polls. And this person had tried to be sneaky about it and put it on their mask. So I told the volunteers that were working there as I was walking through, I said, excuse me, but isn't nobody allowed to wear their candidates like inside the actual polling place? That's why people stand outside with their signs or whatever. And they made the person put a mask on the face. Now, the reason why I decided that I needed to come on and have a podcast during the election night is because I later went to the convenience store, and the owner and I were having a conversation, and we were talking about how I'm like, listen, what's crazy is for me is that I've always been kind of not with the person, right? But whenever a mob rule starts, I then question my beliefs and my stances. That's just because that's the way I am. I don't really like to go with the majority. I have a tendency to believe that the majority is sometimes just momentum versus people's actual opinions. So I wanted to, especially as a broadcaster, not voice my opinion on which way that anyone should go. Just voice the opinions that I have about automatically assuming blacks are Democrats and automatically that Republicans are these old white guys. Like, that shit needs to end, because it just needs to end. It cannot, that's part of the racism, that systematic racism. If it's, again, just making a judgment off of somebody off of the color of their skin. Again, I am a Democrat, but we should not have that in our heads. And, and our candidate, hopefully president, should not have ever said, you know what I mean? Well, if you're black, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, no. That's part of that systematic racism that I don't think that most people are aware of. And it's okay. It's okay. No, actually, no, it's not. Let me not say that. It's okay, but it's not okay. Do you understand? It's okay that maybe you didn't understand, but then when people bring it to your attention, then it's no longer okay if you're like, huh? I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you do have to do some kind of reflection. And anybody, in my opinion, who believes in God, or any force or higher power than what we are, if you have hatred hatred towards anybody, then you don't really believe. Sorry, but you don't. You know, you don't really believe in the God that you say that you do. You know, so because God made us all. I'm just saying. Anyways, I thought that it was really interesting that I got to the store and heard that, oh my gosh, that must have been you, because a person came in here and was like, yo, I went to the polling place and this freaking black lady told on me and they made me put a mask over my mask. And I was, yep, that was me. I normally am someone who doesn't really want to get involved in the momentum of large thought, you know what I mean? Of mob thought, because that can sweep you up real quick and you're just like agreeing with everybody because it seems like it's the thing to do, you know? Now, do not get me wrong. Right now, I feel like we are at like the cusp. Everybody's saying it, vote or die. We're at like, this is it. Oh my God, we're going to save it. You know? And I told you, I've been getting emails from the other camp, you know, because I'm a big believer in, you want to know what both sides are saying, guys. Like, we don't want to just make these, you know, we see these video clips, and I work in the media, so I know damn good and well that the 15-second, 20-second clip that you always see is usually not the full content. There's like their context. There's always usually a little bit more to it. There's always stuff that you see and you're like, oh, hell to the no, right? And then there's other stuff that can be twisted. So I never just, when I see something on the news or whatever, I never am like, yep, just eat it up. That's the truth. You know what I mean? I don't do that, because businesses are involved, sponsors, advertisers, like there's all kinds of shit going on, right? However, you can still, in that 15, 20 second clip, you can still get the gist of what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? You might not have all the facts, but you can get the gist of what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? And a lot of where I live, my associates, that's not my associates where I live, people that I talk to around where I live, a lot of them are Trump supporters. And I have always, when we have discussions, I am 100% willing to listen to whatever they have to say and always agree. Hey, as far as my business goes, you know what I'm saying? It was better for me in Texas. You know what I mean? I am not going to disagree with you in that, you know? However, my point always is that even other Republican presidents that we had in the White House, I don't know if it's because once we saw and felt the forced upon others who don't believe in that equality when Barack Obama became president, it made people feel like, oh my God, it's possible, because there's too many classes of people that feel like things are not possible for them because of the color of their skin. And that's the biggest bullshit in the world, you know, sorry, but it is. And so therefore, I feel like we had reached a point in history where it was like we were beginning to see humans, as brothers and sisters on this planet, regardless if you're related or not. It is unbelievable to me that people really think that you're not related to one another. Like, get the F out of here. Are you serious? Babe, we're all brothers and sisters. We're all cousins. We're all committing incest. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? There is not different families. You know what I'm saying? There's not different alien species of fucking humans living on this planet that makes us different species. We're all human. Okay? Like, it's unreal to me that this is like, you know, that's a fucking issue. And people say, oh no, that's not what it is. We're upset. And I'm telling you some of those emails, and if you're not thinking for yourself, then I can understand why you have those viewpoints. Because if you just read the bite-sized headlines or the little bit of text, the Democrats are coming to take your life. Your life, as you know, is going to end. They're going to run the country down into a shitter. This is the best the country has ever been. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of information in there that makes you go, oh, well, shit. Well, we need, well, we need to have, it's But the man's tweets, his mouth, the disrespect to the White House. Don't y'all remember he didn't even want to live there? You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, and I keep saying it, the damn Rose Garden. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this, is I am doing this podcast before election night before the results are called. And it might take a couple of days because of the pandemic that is happening. Regardless of who is the next president, we as Americans and we as humans living in this particular country, in this land, have some serious fucking work to do. Serious work to do, because all of this has just shown that there are assholes just hiding and waiting and just waiting to be told, ready to go. I'm not sure how it is. I believe that I love this country. I believe that I am super happy and appreciative of the opportunities of being here and having freedoms, being able to have this little podcast and say what I want and not have like the man come to my door, right? I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that I have the right to bear arms. I appreciate the fact that I have the right to pursue happiness. I do not appreciate the fact that there is said that there is justice here, but there is not. And I have always stayed far away from court and justice and all of that good conversation because I had no experience with it. And I too was like, well, them is bad people. Not when I say them, I don't mean obviously a skin color. Hello, because I'm black. You know what I'm saying? But, drug dealers, rapists, the things that you hear, that make you go, oh my God, I can't walk around at night. Those things that they say to you that make you think, no, you got to put those guys away. Those are bad guys. You know what I'm saying? The truth is nobody's fucking bad. Seriously, nobody's bad. People become bad. People can choose to be bad, but no baby is born, I swear to God, I think that's why Hollywood does what it do. You know what I'm saying? Because if they put out scary movies with kids that are evil and bad, then that makes you think to yourself. It just automatically programs you into thinking, well, some people are good and some people are bad. And it starts when you're a baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, Anyways, the point is that regardless of who becomes our president, there is work that we have to do. It is not, even if Biden wins, that is a small victory in the fucking battle. The war is not done, because what's happened is we went from being, in my opinion, even if you were hateful and you were always hateful, you kept your fucking mouth shut because you knew that it was wrong, right? You knew that it was wrong. The whole country and your leaders and everyone was coming together. So you knew that your personal opinion, although you have the right to feel that way, you knew that you were a minority and you knew that it was wrong. So you didn't say anything. But with this president that has come in here, what is so horrible and horrific and far outweighs any tiny bit of good that he might have tried to do. Okay. The First Step initiative, the criminal reform, the cutting the business, the regulations for businesses and the things that his mouth, and the fact that you completely divide this country and you have not clearly denounced white supremacy is non-acceptable. You are a person who divides. And what you did is you allowed people to show their ass. And then you make excuses for it. When, again, it does not take a freaking genius to realize we are all brothers and sisters. And yes, there are quote unquote good people and quote unquote bad people. But to completely throw fire onto the flames of division is unacceptable. Unacceptable. It's 2020. It's unacceptable. We can't do that anymore. There are too many things that have changed technology-wise, and there are too many things that are being found out scientifically that is no longer acceptable. I would like to see the human species continue to go on. And if you people, these assholes, these ignorant people who are in charge, if they don't get their minds to open and realize the bigger picture, then the ending of humanity at some point will be on their freaking heads. Point blank. Point freaking blank. Point freaking blank. And I don't mean the ending and the extinction of humans. I mean the dulling down and the mind capability that human beings have never being tapped into. That's on you. If that happens, that's on all of the leaders, because they know damn good and well, and the big boys, they know that there are certain steps that humanity is supposed to be taking. Not because we have to, just because expansion is always happening. If the universe, people, I'm getting righteously angry. Do you understand? If the universe is constantly expanding, that means everything inside the universe should be also constantly expanding. Not necessarily evolution, meaning turning into something else, meaning that you are stretching and becoming greater and expanding that which you are. Enough said. So, as we have our new president come in, whichever it will be, we as humanity cannot let this office determine how we act. And before the election really got started, got nasty, I really wanted to know and ask people, but it's too late, because when I thought of the question, we got shut down. And I was like, I ain't talking to nobody. Do you vote for the person, or do you vote party lines? Do you just vote with your party just because that's your party? Then you just like, yep, I'm just voting with my party because that's my party and that's who our candidate is. Like, do you do that, or do you vote for the best person? You know? And honestly, there's a lot of people who feel like neither one of them are the best person. Yeah, we all know Biden, the fucking crime bill, the pictures with the KKK members, all of the video footage of him talking like, oh, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, not okay, you know? However, I am going to say this, that guy got into his position in politics when that systematic bullshit was what you wanted to do in order to get ahead. Because you were making the jails, you were getting the cutback, you were getting all of the deals. Politicians, okay? Here's the thing, though. It's like having an actor going to play a doctor and then having him actually do surgery. You know what I mean? I think that most people, and I thought to myself, I think it was Andrew Jackson. Nobody wanted him to be president. And then he came in and he did a whole bunch of stuff. And I said to myself, I was like, F that person being our president. But once he became president, because the way that I believe is that the people who are in authority positions are there for a reason, because they felt that they should be there. So therefore, we should pray for them that they have intelligence and wisdom and make good decisions. I don't think it's you always need to call people out on their shit, but you definitely want to pray for them that they will be wise, you know? And I respect the office. So therefore, if this is who you are, you a stupid motherfucker, but you're still my president. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, I wonder what's going to happen with the other side. Let's say Biden wins. What are these people going to do? Do we really think that they're just going to go quietly somewhere? I'm just asking you. These motherfuckers have got AK-47s. They have assault rifles. They are, intimidating people for the vote that they want. So this is why I'm saying that there's work to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I know I can, and I'm going to hold the place setting that we are going to come together. And I don't mean come together in total agreement. That's not what I mean, I mean, at least come together in our thinking and realization that we're humans and that we are allowed to disagree, and we are allowed, and it is good. It is good to have opposing sides, and it is good for power to transfer from side to side. That is good. That is a good thing. No one, anybody should just be in rule forever, right? Like, that should not be happening. There should be a going back and forth type of a deal, because it's needed. Diversity is needed. Diversity is needed, but we got work to do. Even if the election goes in the way that a lot of people, and I say majority, want it to go, even if it goes in that direction, there's still work to be done, because that other side who showed and voiced their opinions, they're still there. We all want the same thing. Everybody wants a place to live. Everybody wants to pay their bills. Everybody wants to have a little bit of money afterwards. Everybody wants to be able to go on vacation every once in a while. Everybody wants that. Everyone wants good health. Everybody wants their family to be taken care of. We all want the same thing. That's what pisses me off, is that it's unreal. We all want the same thing. How we go about getting there is going to be variations to everyone. And I think that if we could, if that right side was so intelligent, then you would know that, right? Even the left side, if you're so intelligent, then you would know that. You would know that there needs to be a balance of power, meaning there's got to be light and dark, up and down. The fucking polarities, we you know what I mean? You got to have diversity, man. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, what the hell is the point of us even being here? The diversity is here for a reason. My thing is that I think that we need to show them other guys, because I'm about the laws and about the energy. And for a while, because I've been getting the research for the new book, I've been allowing myself to think like quote unquote normal people. And man, oh man, that shit has messed me up. I can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? It hurts too much to look at the world and then try to figure it out, and that shit hurts. Okay. So going back to the laws. All right. If we want to see a better world and we want to see better, then you got to be the change. That, shit. Michael tried to tell us. There's a lot of people try to tell us. There's a lot of little teachers that come along in history and have told you, if you want to see the change you want to see in the world, be that change. Okay, so for all of you people who feel like you want to make sure that business comes to America and businesses stay here and buy American and all of that, then make sure that you're doing that. You know what I mean? Don't talk smack about the other countries, because we're in the world together, right? Don't talk smack, but just buy American. You don't have to don't be worried about what other people are doing. You just buy American. You do you. And maybe, who knows, maybe you powerful enough that suddenly, more companies are going to bring themselves back. Hey, there's a lot of things that I feel, but this is not the time and place for the opinions. Right now, I just want to say, before these results come through, before we get that quote unquote final word, this is not the end, people. Like, this is just the beginning, because regardless if Trump gets reelected, there's work that needs to be done, right? Because we have to come together. We cannot be a divided country. If Biden gets elected, we still have to come together. More education must be done so that people who are obviously spitting out propaganda can understand that the things that they believe has been propaganda, Hollywood fucking bullshit that created money for those people who are actually holding you down, that you think, let me stop. Oh man. But regardless of what happens tonight and what the outcome is, we still need to make sure that we get our minds together in understanding, number one, who and what the fuck we actually are and how we work, and realize that our thoughts are things, and they've been playing us like fools, man. They've been playing us like fools, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I hate to say it, but I've always believed that Americans wouldn't panic. We're grown folks. We wouldn't be like that. But when we got hit with this pandemic, it was so hard to find toilet paper and paper towels. Now, I personally do think that there were motherfuckers that came in here and did that on purpose, because they were trying to incite Okay. And that's that whole conspiracy theory stuff. All right. Because I know you've heard about it. The race wars. They're trying to start race wars, all of these different things. And sometimes I think that the bad is supposed to get us to the good. But because I believe how I do, I understand that even the bad, it's supposed to be there. But it is our job and our right and our privilege to emit, be, do, and expect good, or emit, be, do, and be bad, so to speak, But, you guys, when I went to the polls this morning, I literally, tears were coming out of my eyes, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I just could feel the pressure, We are going through something that is just going to make us stronger. It is going to make us stronger. We are going to be better. We're going to be wiser. And I don't want to say that we're going to be wiser for this. It's just that apparently we had to go through it. So gird yourselves. The polls are getting ready to close in about an hour and a half. And no matter what happens, we are Americans here in this country. We all want the best for ourselves, and some of us want the best for each other, but we all live here together. So regardless of what happens tonight, we need to find a way to be united in our diversity. United in our diversity. Thanks for listening.
This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?